This is a tutorial on how you can get the benefits of Mixamo animations with the flexibility of Daz 3D. So, if you're not familiar with Mixamo website, the Mixamo website is a website by Adobe. You do need to create an account to access it, but it is for free once you've made the account. And basically, they have a bunch of characters that you can use, and then with those characters, they have a ton of poses and animations. It's a pretty impressive library of animations. So ideally, we'd like to leverage those animations, but the problem is that the list of characters, although there is a fair amount, there's 3 pages of worth of characters, they really haven't added any new characters, and unless you can make one of the existing characters work, it's somewhat limited. Yes, you can retexture the characters to make them a little bit different, but if you're looking for a specific role-playing character, for example, or a game character, it'll be hit and miss with you being able to find a match in this list. Now, on the other hand, we have Daz Studio. Daz Studio is a free software that allows you to take a human-like character and then use a bunch of sliders to manipulate the character, so you can make the character look fatter, skinnier, like a bodybuilder, fat arms, fat legs, long legs, all that kind of stuff to really make it unique. And then the clothing that you apply to that character will automatically conform to that new form, so you generate clothing only once and then can use it with a plethora of different characters. The problem with Daz Studio is that while you can get a bunch of free content for it, it doesn't have out of the box anywhere near the animation library that Mixamo does. So the question is, can we combine these two? Get the benefits of Daz Studio, but have all those animations from Mixamo? And the answer is yes, yes you can. And that's what this tutorial is about. So if you're not familiar with either Mixamo or Daz Studio, I'm not going to go in great detail here. You'll have to do a little research on yourself, but I will show the general flow for making this work. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm not going to go through the process of installing Daz Studio. You can look that up. There is probably a ton of tutorials on how to do that. I've got Daz Studio 4.22, but this workflow should work with most versions of Daz. Okay, so when you start up Daz, it will look something like this. Of course, the whole layout in Daz can be customized, so yours may look a little different. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into the library, and we're going to go under People, and we are going to start off with a Genesis 1 character. Now, this workflow will allow those animations to work with other Genesis characters, all the way up to 8, maybe even 9. But initially, we're going to take a Genesis 1 character. So I'm going to add the character to the scene. And once added, we're going to export it as FBX. So I'm going to go File, Export. Make sure that your Genesis character is selected for this process. And make sure that you are exporting as FBX. You're going to get a pop-up like this. Basically, you should be able to just keep this as is. Don't really need to change any settings here. Okay, so now we've exported our G1 character. Now we can go to Mixamo. Okay, and what we want to do here is after you've logged into your Mixamo account, like I said, you'll need to make a Adobe account for that, but it is free. You do not need to buy it once you've made an account. So we're going to make sure we're on the character tab, and then we're going to upload character. We're going to select the character, and then we're going to select what we just exported. Okay, we're going to get kind of a skeletal system here, no skin. Don't worry about that, that's all that we really need. And we're going to accept that. Okay, so now here is our skeletal system. And we can now go to the animation tab and choose what animation we want to apply. Now, you're going to be doing this for one-by-one animations, so it's not it's not an easy task to reproduce the whole library directly in Daz. You will have to do it one by one, but all of the animations within the Mixamo library are available. So let's see if we've got something like maybe dance. This one looks like it's moving a lot, so we can test it. Okay, so once we've selected our animation, we are going to download it. Again, you can keep all the settings the same. Download. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can return back to Daz. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag and drop the animation that we just saved. Okay, so this is going to bring in the importer, and what you want to make sure here is that include animations is selected, and then you're going to open the sub selection and switch to the Mixamo.com. That's going to pull in the correct animations. And we're going to hit accept. Okay, now you'll see that, that our import actually brought in the skeletal system. It is not connected up to our original Genesis character. That's fine, we can actually delete that character. I could have done that earlier. And if we now scrub through our line, we can see that our skeleton is doing the dance maneuver that we brought earlier. So now we can select that, and we're going to save it as a pose. So File, Save As, and Pose Preset. Now in Daz Studio, poses and animations are all saved as a pose preset. So now I'm going to call it dance. And what you want to make sure here is that current frame only is not selected. You want to make sure that animation range is selected, and it should default to the length of your animation. If not, you can fix that up. Make sure that your skeletal system is selected and hit accept. And now we've created a animation. So let's try it out, see if it works. I'm going to delete our skeletal system. I'm going to pull in a Genesis 1 character. And now let's see if our animation works. So with Genesis selected, I'm going to select the animation. You could say yes here, and it'll warn you that some of the dance maneuvers might be a little out of the limits for the character. You can just turn those limits off, and look at that. We now have a Genesis 1 character following the dance move. Now, I did say that we are going to try to apply this to more than just the Genesis 1 character, so let's give that a try. We're going to pull out a Genesis 8 character, and go back to our dance move. Genesis 8 character is selected. Animation, yeah, turn off the limits, and same thing. It worked for a Genesis 8 character. And just for kicks, let's see if it works with 9. People, Genesis character 9. And let's apply our selected animation. Yes. Turn limits off. Okay, so it looks like it doesn't really work with the Genesis 9 characters. You can see that the whole character is moving, but none of the hands and legs are adjusting. So this solution will work for Genesis 1 through 8, but not 9. And it should be noted that we don't need to do this process over and over again each time. Once we have a animation added to Daz, you can just go in Daz and apply it. So slowly, as you're taking different things from the Mixamo library, you're going to be basically reproducing that library in Daz, so that in the future you can just pull it directly from your Daz file without having to go through this whole process. Yeah, so that's how you get Mixamo animations onto your Daz Studio characters. And that's about it.